Chapter 1. A legacy in the shadows. The year 12 AD dawned with the sun rising over the majestic city of Rome, casting its golden rays on the Forum and illuminating the majestic structures that represented the heart of the Roman Empire. Tiberius Claudius Nero, the son of Tiberius Claudius Nero and Livia Drusilla, had spent much of his adult life on the frontiers of the empire, away from the opulence of Rome. Yet, despite his military prowess, Tiberius found himself torn between duty and personal desires. He had long been the reluctant heir, adopted by Augustus in a move that solidified the emperor's lineage but also placed immense expectations upon him. As he made his way back to the capital, he carried not only the weight of his past accomplishments but also the heavy burden of his role as Augustus's designated successor. Chapter 2. The call to return. The thought of returning to the heart of power filled him with both excitement and dread. Yet the obligation to his family, to Augustus, and to the empire outweighed his apprehensions. Chapter 3. A hero's welcome. The citizens of Rome celebrated his return, viewing him as a military hero and a symbol of Roman strength. However, the political elite eyed him warily, aware that his return could shift the balance of power in the Senate and within the imperial court. Chapter 4. The politics of succession. In the weeks following his return, Tiberius began to navigate the intricate political landscape of Rome. Augustus had positioned him as his main successor, but the path to acceptance was fraught with challenges. The Senate, a body filled with rivalries and ambitions, was not easily swayed. Many senators were wary of a strong military leader ascending to power, fearing a potential shift toward autocracy. In private discussions with Augustus, Tiberius expressed his concerns. "The Senate is a labyrinth of ambition and deceit," he said, his voice laced with frustration. "I feel as though I am a pawn in a game I do not fully understand." Chapter 5. The weight of expectation. As Tiberius settled into his role as Augustus's chosen successor, he grappled with the weight of expectation that accompanied his position. However, Tiberius felt the pressure mounting, unsure if he was the right man for the task. At home, he faced the challenges of family dynamics. His mother, Livia Drusilla, wielded considerable influence in the court, and her ambitions for her son were clear. Tiberius was acutely aware of the expectations placed upon him, not only by Augustus but also by his mother, who sought to solidify her family's position in the imperial hierarchy. Chapter 6. Military matters. Despite his discomfort in politics, Tiberius remained committed to his role. He sought to establish himself as a leader who understood the needs of the military while also paying heed to the complexities of Roman governance. He believed that a strong military presence would quell dissent and garner support for his potential reign. During one such exhibition, Tiberius addressed the assembled troops. "You are the backbone of Rome," he declared, his voice steady and resolute. "Together, we will safeguard our empire and ensure that it thrives for generations to come." The soldiers responded with enthusiasm, their loyalty to Tiberius evident in their cheers. This military support would prove vital as he navigated the political challenges that lay ahead. Chapter 7. The gathering storm. As Tiberius began to find his footing, the political landscape grew increasingly turbulent. Augustus's health was in decline, and whispers of discontent among the senators and ambitious generals began to circulate. Tiberius sensed the growing tension, realizing that factions were forming, each vying for power in anticipation of Augustus's eventual passing. Among the most vocal opponents of Tiberius was Sejanus, a shrewd and ambitious man who had gained significant influence within the imperial court. Sejanus had served as a commander of the Praetorian Guard, and he saw an opportunity to elevate his own standing by undermining Tiberius. As Sejanus worked to position himself as a key player in the power dynamics of Rome, Tiberius found himself increasingly isolated. The military loyalties he had once relied upon began to wane, and senators who had initially supported him grew hesitant. Tiberius recognized the need to counter Sejanus's machinations while maintaining his own integrity. Chapter 8. A clash of ambitions. The struggle for power came to a head during a crucial Senate meeting, where tensions reached a boiling point. Sejanus, emboldened by his supporters, openly questioned Tiberius's qualifications as a leader, suggesting that his military background rendered him unfit to govern the complexities of the empire. "Are we to entrust the future of Rome to a man who knows only the ways of war?" Sejanus proclaimed, his voice ringing through the hall. "We need a leader who can navigate the intricacies of governance, one who understands the delicate balance of power." The senators, divided between Tiberius's supporters and Sejanus's faction, murmured in response. Tiberius, sensing the atmosphere shift against him, stepped forward. Enough. The future of Rome depends on unity, not division. We must stand together as one empire. Chapter 9. The emperor's illness. As 12 AD progressed, Augustus's health continued to decline. The emperor's frailty weighed heavily on Tiberius, amplifying the urgency of his position. Tiberius knew that Augustus's passing would plunge Rome into chaos, as various factions sought to exploit the vacuum of power. In private conversations with Augustus, Tiberius sought guidance. "What must I do to secure Rome's future, Father?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. Augustus, despite his weakening condition, offered his wisdom. He vowed to honor his father's legacy, committing himself to uphold the ideals of Roman governance while navigating the turbulent waters of political ambition. Chapter 10. The death of Augustus. The moment Tiberius had dreaded arrived in August of 12 AD when Augustus succumbed to his illness, leaving behind a legacy that had transformed Rome. As the city mourned its emperor, Tiberius found himself thrust into a leadership role he had long prepared for but had never fully embraced. He stood before the Senate, delivering a eulogy that paid tribute to Augustus's vision for Rome, emphasizing the need for unity and continuity in governance. In honor of his legacy, we must forge ahead together, ensuring that the dreams he held for Rome become our reality. The senators, many of whom had previously been skeptical of Tiberius, began to rally around him, recognizing his commitment to Augustus's ideals. This moment marked a turning point in Tiberius's acceptance as Rome's new leader.